But Tim, how big of a blow is it Arsenal losing Gabriel at this point?
It's massive. If you would have asked Thomas Frank or any Tottenham fan which player they'd like to take out of the Arsenal lineup at this present moment in time, it would be Gabriel. So they got their wish. I'm not saying that it's going to make it. Certainly going to make the game easier for them. But he's the most important player for Arsenal at the moment. I believe that from the beginning of the season to where we are at the moment.
Wow, you think he's that influential? I'm really intrigued by that. You think that out of all the players,
I really do in both boxes. In both boxes, you know how dominant they are at set pieces. The delivery is absolutely paramount importance, which is fantastic. But Gabriel attacks the ball for his life. You know, there's no one who can stand in his way, and they're going to miss him in both boxes. If they can't break down Tottenham are not going to come out and play against Arsenal. They're going to sit back. They're going to need to find a way if it's not going to be from set pieces. But you know, they've got options now. They've got a strong squad. They bought well. More balance to the squad, so they have to find a solution. You know, it's not easy to win Premier Leagues.
Yeah, I mean, with Gabriel though, you know, as Tim said, Julia, he is so key. You've seen his rise from coming from Ligue 1 with Lille to Arsenal. The big question, I guess, for Arsenal fans would be who comes in for him.
Yeah, and I think there's depth in the squad. Tim just said it. Arteta said it as well. I think he would play left-footer instead of moving Mosquera, who had replaced Saliba before this season, but he's a right-footer. I think he'll be in Capie or Calafiori that you could move out from left-back to left centre-back position. I think he will leave Calafiori if he's fit enough to start the game at left-back like he has all season, and Nkapie will just come in and play for Gabriel. Nkapie is a very good player. It's just we haven't seen him much so far in the Premier League because there hasn't been that many opportunities for him to play. But he's a really good international player, Champions League pedigree, German league winner with Bayer Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso. So there's a great player there. It's not Gabriel, of course, and it's not the same understanding with Saliba because they've never played together. But he's a very good defender.
What have you made of Julian? What have you made of Thomas Frank and Spurs so far? I think the Spurs fans are a little bit too harsh on him.
I don't know if it's too harsh. I think Tim said it really well. He's a pragmatic coach. So I think the defensive structure came first, although they considered a bit lately. But certainly, I think they would be solid first and foremost, and then they would probably play a bit more with the ball. I think the Son and Kane point is very interesting because they knew for a long time that Son would not be there. And yet they waited the last day of the transfer window to sign Colomwani on loan, who is not really the answer. We talk about Richarlison and Solanke. Colomwani is another one. He's not world class. He's a good player. If you play on his strength, he will give you a lot, as we saw in the Champions League game against Copenhagen, for example. But he's still not Brazilian Ronaldo either. So I think in the recruitment in the summer, I think there's question to be asked over what the club did at the time. We said they missed out on Eze, for example, and things like that. I think there's a lot of questions mark over that. But now he's got these squads. I think they will improve. He needs more energy, I feel, from the fans. And I know it's difficult at home, but he feeds off energy, Thomas Frank. That's what he did at Brentford. And even from the players, sometimes I feel like they're not really responding in terms of energy in the way he would like them to.
This game on Sunday, it is massive.
It's the biggest game.
It is the biggest game. And for this Tottenham side, and for the players that are injured and currently the squad that they've got, are we going to see a bit of a scrap? Is this going to be a proper battle? Is that how they're going to get through this game?
I'm not sure you're allowed to do that anymore in the modern day.
But do you know what I mean, though? Is it going to be one of those, backs against the walls? Exactly. Is it going to be?
It will be a low block. It will be you break us down, and we'll try and catch you on the counter attack. That's what it'll be. Long throws, set pieces. I mean, Thomas has said it in his press conference today. You know, if we can nullify them on set pieces, we're half the battle. Now, they're good at set pieces as well, Tottenham. You know, they've got their own threats. And Gabriel missing is going to be a huge blow for Arsenal. But Arsenal they want to go out there and put a performance on. You cannot underestimate how big this game of football is for Arsenal. You know, if they've got aspirations to go and win the Premier League, they have to win this game, in my opinion. Not because of the points total, because what it would mean. On the back of drawing a game at Sunderland when everyone expected them to win, to lose a North London derby, the cloud what would come over the Emirates would be huge. You've got forget the Bayern Munich game. They will qualify through the group anyway. Chelsea coming after that. This would be huge. If they lose, it could end up in a couple. It spirals. It snowballs into something serious. They'll still be there or thereabouts, but everyone will be the same old thing. Arsenal bottled it. Can't play without Gabriel. The same old question marks will be coming into play.